Kings. Jay, what do you like in this game?
I'm going to take the Cowboys -3.5.
Nice.
I think Quentin Williams is going to revolutionize this defense. My man Donovan Ezaraku is playing a lot better as well. This Cowboys defense, I think he's going to be great going forward, but I think it will be much more respectable.
What about you, Matthew?
I'm going with the Ashton Jeanty over 17.5 receiving yards.
Despite the debut of Quentin Williams, the total for this guy is still really high, 50.5 points. And for that reason, I'm going to take the under.
Never in doubt.
Always.
The under was never in doubt.
Under bettors, you drink for free.
Oh, man, was that a
Super
sweat.
easy one. Awful experience. Don't recommend it, ever. I owe a big thank you. I'm going to write out a handwritten thank you to Brian Schottenheimer.
Rightfully so.
Yes.
Rightfully
Going for
so.
it at the end, yeah.
Just kneeling over and over again.
Yeah. Just, being respectful.
CeeDee Lamb not catching it.
Oh.
Just 8 million things went
8 million ways that the over could have hit, but none of them did. Our parlay cashes. Thank you, Mr. King. And
yes, it's nice to have a clean sweep for
yes,
us.
exactly.
Yes, 3 for 3.
3 for 3.
The top scorers in this game, really good stuff from the Cowboys. Probably very frustrating if you were on the Raiders side of it, as we see George Pickens was just phenomenal. The Raiders tackling not so much. One of the funniest touchdowns I've seen all year. Dak was Dak. CD, once again, it could have been a much bigger game if he catches that fourth down at the end and just walks into the end zone. Trey Tucker gets the garbage touchdown. Geno Smith and Brock Bowers, I mean, you want more.
Considering what that offense was, like, that could have been worse, for Bowers, much worse well. Ferguson bails out his night with a touchdown. They just didn't do much. What's so frustrating is somebody who needed a nice game from Javonte Williams just didn't get it. The usage was there, just for the first time, he just doesn't get into the end zone. Right. It feels like he scores every week, and this one he didn't, over 90 yards. He was. Anyway, but I don't know that there's a lot in. And look at Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett continued to be out there.
He's out there.
So let's start. First off, there's been 6 full games that George Pickens. I want to talk about the Pickler here for a second.
Piccolo.
Piccolo also. 6 full games. People were wondering about George Pickens. He's no longer going to be the number 1 in Pittsburgh. Now he's going to the Cowboys, where he's going to share targets with CeeDee Lamb. Is this going to kill his value? And I think we all made the point in the preseason, we don't think so. We actually think this is an offense that's going to really cater to George Pickens. He was on the preseason love list as well because Dak Prescott is one of the great deep ball throwers in the NFL. He's actually really good at that. He's very accurate deep. And obviously Pickens now, with unlikely the number 2 corner on most teams, should be able to get free. He's now played 6 full games with CeeDee Lamb this season, where the 2 of them have been out there. He's averaging 15.7 fantasy points per game. Pretty solid.
Yep. I think the thing with Pickens is that this is the first time in his career he's played with a really, really good quarterback, which is what Dak Prescott is. Pickens never had great quarterback play in Pittsburgh. The best quarterback he played was Russell Wilson last year, who is now a 3rd stringer on a 2-9 team. So I think that Pickens, one thing is I think Dallas's defense is actually going to be reasonable the rest of the way. So they might not be in quite as many shootouts. But George Pickens, I think his floor is a wide receiver 2, who's going to have legit wide receiver 1 flashes. And he's just a reminder as well, you're just so dependent on your quarterback play. Justin Jefferson can't overcome J.J. McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy just sinks everything. Dak Prescott has really helped elevate George Pickens. 2nd most end zone targets in the NFL this year for George Pickens, which I don't think people would have guessed before the season. So, Malcolm J., Pickens better be flying up those ranks, Barry. No doubt, Malcolm J., absolutely. He's earned it. I've considered the request, and I'm going to grant it. Malcolm J., you're welcome. Tick.
You're welcome, America. Now, the Cowboys offense just, was as advertised. They play Philadelphia next week. That'll be a fun one. Other side of the ball.
Ashton Jeanty.
What do we do? I'm throwing up my hands here.
Well, good on you for taking the receiving.
Well, that's why I did, because I didn't think they'd be able to run.
Right, and they were down as we expected, and they checked it down to him a lot, although it feels like Geno almost panics and then throws it to him when Jeanty's about to get killed every time. But it's just they had zero interest in running the ball in the first half of this game, guys. It was an awful Chip Kelly game.
Weird. 17% target share for Jeanty since week 5, back-to-back games with a 20% target share, which is, again, that was the argument that I made for why take the over on the receiving yards here, Jay. But, the offense looks broken. The line is getting blown up. Again, the Cowboys aren't as bad as we thought. Again, Quentin Williams, it would be tough to run on them. But, from a fantasy perspective, I think, I'm not saying definitely, I think you probably still have to start him. It depends on what your options are. But I don't think he is no longer in, I don't care what the matchup is. You're just there's certain running backs, whatever. doesn't matter who Derrick Henry's playing. You're starting Derrick Henry. Doesn't matter who Bijan Robinson's playing. Like, he was drafted to be one of those guys, and he's not.
Yeah, he's like a low-end RB2. Ved, is Jeanty a buy low candidate?
I don't think so. Look at this upcoming schedule. They play Cleveland. They're home to Cleveland this week. Then they're at the Chargers, home to Denver, at Philadelphia. Jalen Phillips is making that Eagles run defense a lot better, that entire defense better. And so, like, 2 of the next 4 matchups are against teams that rank top 5 and fewest fantasy points allowed to opposing running backs. They faced Houston in week 15. Houston in week 16. So that's the middle of the fantasy playoffs. You see it right there. Like, there's not one game the rest of the way, with the exception of maybe the Giants in week 17.
That's the championship.
Where you feel good about the matchup. So then you're just like, okay, well, so all the matchups are tough, but at least you're banking on Ashton Jeanty's talent and their commitment to the run. But it doesn't seem like they have any of that. We don't doubt Jeanty's talent, but at some point, it's not enough.
Yeah, at some point you just need some level of competence on the offensive line. Quinshon Judkins is dealing with the same thing in Cleveland. It doesn't matter how good you are if you get tackled the moment you get the ball. So the offensive line in Las Vegas is just completely broken. Like, they've just lost too many guys. They were struggling even when they had their guys. So there's just nothing really to hold on to unless the receiving picks up.
Put a poll real quickly, Adam, if you can, in the chat. But I'm curious, who do you think from this point forward, who do you think scores more fantasy points the rest of the year? Ashton Jeanty or Kareem Hunt?
It could very well be Kareem Hunt.
Right, Kareem Hunt's going to get probably 4 touchdowns. That's my point. And like, none of us are
insane conversation.
But that's my point.
Yes.
The fact that even if Jeanty ended up, it's probably Jeanty. Like, what? But the fact that we have to sit here and take a pause and think about that one should give you an idea of where we are with Ashton Jeanty right now. Because I don't know what you would set the odds at, Jay, but like, I think it's 50-50 chance that Kareem Hunt outscores from total fantasy points from here to the rest of the season Ashton Jeanty. Just because, again, he's their goal line back, and they do trust him there, and Pacheco's been banged up, missed a few games here. I don't know when Pacheco's coming back. Like, again, no one's excited about Kareem Hunt.
No.
And yet,
him trying to carry 3 people out of the end zone on the safety was like the perfect microcosm of everything wrong right now.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.